Hey everyone, it's Amanda from TimeTravelHypnosis.com. I don't know about you guys, but I always love to watch as many of the predictions for the coming year as I can find on YouTube. So I've been doing that the past several days, and then yesterday I decided that I was going to do a little meditation and see if I could see anything, and if that coincided with anything that I heard from anybody else, or just what kind of interesting things I could find or that would pop into my head. And I'm not a psychic or anything, but I do try to do this every once in a while because it's fun for me, and then see, what things actually happen. So I wrote down some notes about what I saw, and I'm just going to go through them real quick because you might find them interesting. And also, this leaves a log for me so I can go back and say, oh yeah, that's what that was, or whatever. So okay, so for 2018, I did 5 different categories. I did political, earth, climate, spiritual, technology, and then personal, so I could see what was going to happen for me and my family. So I did political first, and I always think when I do channeling and stuff, the first things I get are a little fuzzier than the ones that I do at the end, because I'm like more in trance or more in tune or whatever. Anyway, so who knows what these will be like. I don't really follow politics anyway, so we'll see. I saw Trump really angry, beating his fist on his desk. He was really mad. And then his jaw dropped. So he's angry, and then he's surprised about something. I don't know what that means. Big help, right? When you don't have any idea what it means. Anyway, and then I saw him like do this crazy thing where he like opened his jaws really wide. And it reminded me of like lion tamers with lions. They like open their jaws really wide and stick their head in. So I got kind of the feeling like he's gonna seem really like a scary beast, but really he's just harmless. Nothing bad will happen. So fingers crossed. Anything that seems really scary coming from the White House in his general area will turn out not to be any significant big deal. I saw Kim Jong whatever in North Korea. Obviously, I don't follow politics. I saw him like literally being restrained. I don't think that means he's literally going to be restrained, but I think China is kind of going to rein him in a little with the approval of Russia. So I don't know what they're doing over there, and it may not be a public thing they're doing either. But and I don't know if we may see that China is intervening, but I don't think we'll see that Russia is. I think Russia is doing it kind of behind the scenes. That's kind of the feeling I got. And then I saw something briefly in the UK, like northwest of London. I saw like a little explosion. And I don't know if that means a literal explosion or it means some big event is going to happen there. and I saw some kind of female leader associated with that. I don't know what that means because I don't know what's going on over there. Okay, so that's all for political. Earth and climate. I just got the feeling there's going to be more earthquakes all over the world, which is not surprising because that's what's happening right now. We're just having a lot of earthquakes, so that just may be what I'm getting. Felt like there may be some around St. Louis or maybe even Chicago, which would be weird if that happened. Let's see, West Central U.S. Yeah, I saw this like west, like I'm in Arkansas, so west of Arkansas. I saw like this north-south crack come down, and it had water in it. I don't know what that means. Maybe that has something to do with fracking, or I have no idea. I didn't feel like it was earthquake related. I just have no idea. Anyway, put it out there. In the northeastern U.S., maybe New Hampshire area, somewhere up there. Something to do with metal. There's some kind of metal, and since it's Earth climate thing, like I didn't see a natural disaster or anything, but like maybe they're gonna find a new mine, or I don't know. I don't know what that is. Something to do with metal. I did hear a couple of different psychics mention Mount Vesuvius and the volcano. One of them said it was going to erupt, and I heard another one. She didn't mention a volcano erupting, but she did say that she thought Naples was going to be evacuated. And Naples is not that far away from Pompeii and Vesuvius. I've always been fascinated with Pompeii. So I went and tried to look and see, is anything going on? Excuse me. Um, and I didn't see an eruption. I think that it may start smoking and freak everybody out, and they may think there's going to be an eruption. They may have some earthquakes or something, but I didn't see an actual eruption. So, fingers crossed. California flooding, Louisiana flooding. That's not very surprising, I don't think. It's not unusual. So, as far as predictions go, eh. Um, a year or two ago, I was forecasting a big part of the coming years, and I saw, starting in the western U.S. and spreading up north, and then going east across the U.S., I saw just so much dry and um, dusty land, and I felt like there's going to be a lot of people evacuating from those areas. Um, and I kind of see, I don't see it to the extent I saw it a few years ago, but I see that it is coming further east and north. Hopefully not. Okay, so that was all for Earth and Climate. Spiritual, I was really looking because um, Allison Coe has been updating us on the event, and also Alba Weinman in her QHHT sessions, her hypnosis sessions. She's had people who've mentioned this supernatural event that's coming, and some people are saying it's coming first quarter 2018, and some people say not for a while, and then other people like Lee Harris and other guides and coaches are saying, it's going to be a couple decades before we get everything straightened out, which is depressing. So I was just looking to see what kind of feeling I got. Um, that's my dog. She wants some attention. She's outside. Um, I just saw that people are going to be less reactive than they have been, and I don't know if that's because they're just so tired from just one thing after another happening and happening. Another thing happens, another thing, and they're just exhausted and they just can't react anymore, or they've come to a place where they just feel better about things, or they've got used to dealing with things internally. So, let's see. Oh, the other thing is people are starting to be able to sense if other people are not being honest with them. Like you kind of get a feeling of whether someone's being authentic or not when you're talking to them. Like you just get that vibe, and a lot of people don't trust that vibe. They're like, I'm just probably making it up, or I don't know, whatever. But I think if we start paying attention, then we'll realize that our instincts are right, and that's it's kind of like telepathy. That was the first thing that I got, was everybody's telepathic now. And I'm like, what? I don't think so. But then to clarify, yeah, you'll just be able to tell when things aren't right. And this goes for like systems and structures too. Like everything's gonna have to readjust, because if people are being taken advantage of, they're gonna know it. And it's not necessarily the people that work in these institutions. And I could go off on a tangent about insurance right now, but I'm not going to. But I think, you can tell when someone's not being authentic, and everybody's going to start standing up and saying, well, that doesn't really seem fair, and what about this? And just offering different ways of doing things. So I think that's a good thing. And then I was really trying to look at the event, and see, is there any kind of thing? And I don't know if this image that I got is because of the stuff that Allison Coe has been talking about, but I did get something similar a couple years ago myself, that there's like a wave of, it reminded me of Star Trek. Like there's a big plasma cloud coming at us, right? And at that time when I did it, it wasn't here yet. But now when I look, it is already here and it's starting to surround the Earth, but it can't, it's not, it might have little trickles of little particles that come down, to the surface or through the surface, but mostly it's just hanging outside of our magnetic field. It's just like surrounding us, but it's not really through yet. And I feel like it might take a big geomagnetic event or a big solar event, like a big solar flare, to disrupt our shield enough so that it can get in and get to the Earth and sink in. For what it's worth, we'll never know because you can't see it. So, I mean, we would only know if something drastic changed with the solar flare and suddenly everybody's got a superpower. I don't know. Whatever, for what it's worth. Okay, technology. Oh, telepathy was in technology. That's where it was. People are going to be less interested in TV. Still phones and computers, but maybe not depending on them as much. And I don't know why. Just what I saw. The only other thing I saw was so weird that it seems crazy, but I'll just put it out there because maybe it's just a symbol for something. Or maybe it's nothing. I don't know. But it's a neat idea. So I saw like I got the word Titanic in my head, and I'm like, nobody's gonna want to get on the Titanic, but again. But I saw like a huge ship crossing the ocean unbelievably fast, like ridiculously fast. Like you can get from, the east coast of the United States to England in a day. You don't even have to stay overnight. Just, pack your bags, leave them in the hold, cross the ocean, boom, you're there. I don't have any idea how that can happen unless they figure out how to warp space-time or something. Anyway, but maybe they'll come up with some new technology that doesn't sound quite as cool but has something to do with faster ship travel or something. I don't know. Okay, and just my personal stuff. I saw, again, like we are trying to move. We've been thinking about moving for years, and I did a future life progression for myself because I read Ann Jersh's book. Did I read her book? I think I read her book. Yeah, because it's got scripts in it and stuff. And then I did one for myself. I think I had her recording to see when I was going to move. And I thought it was this past year. I thought it was 2017 in October. And I was really mad when October came around and there was no house. I'm like, where's my house? I was supposed to move in October. It's October 2018 when I went back and found my notes. So I did see that same house. The layout of it, where everything, here's the kitchen, here's the living room, here's all the kids' rooms, and all that. So I did see that again for this year. So hopefully I'll get my house. And that was the only big personal thing for me, not the chalk here. But anyway, so that's it. That's all that I saw for 2018, and most of it is crazy. So we'll see what happens. It's fun anyway. All right, y'all have a great weekend because it's Friday, and I will see y'all later. Bye.